Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to teasers for Tuesday, January 21's episode of Days of Our Lives, Arnold Feniger will be busy in the kitchen at the Hernandez residence preparing something. Arnold will continue to trick Jada Hunter while posing as Rafe Hernandez and donning a Kiss the Cook apron. But EJ DiMera has been doing everything in his power to prevent any make-out sessions, and he most definitely does not want Arnold to drag Jada into the bedroom. According to Days teasers, Jada will eventually be pulled away on police business, but EJ will arrive to ensure Arnold isn't going too far. That will allow EJ to talk to Arnold privately and reveal additional instructions. They truly need a better Jada solution, even though EJ has chosen to let Arnold play Rafe and implement a new plan. Will EJ pressure Arnold to end his relationship with Jada, or does he have another idea? He'll make another attempt to get along with Philip Kyriakis over with Xander Kyriakis. Only because he is unaware of the fake letter that allowed Philip to obtain half of Titan will Xander be dedicated to maintaining harmony. According to Days teasers, Sarah Kyriakis will continue to lie to Xander even though her remorse will increase in Tuesday's DOL episode. Sarah will also conceal the truth from Kayla Johnson when they next interact. There is bad news developing for their marriage since our forecasts for the future indicate that Xander will discover Sarah's secret and blow his top. Since Bonnie Kyriakis recently had a horrific tumble down the elevator shaft, let's move on to her. Despite her survival, Bonnie will be severely injured, requiring a neck brace and suffering from some arm injuries in addition to the numerous cuts and bruises. Alex Kyriakis, who will be upset because he was unable to prevent Bonnie's fall in time, will give Justin Kyriakis some terrible updates. Jada will show up with inquiries after Justin hastily heads to the hospital and joins Alex at Bonnie's bedside. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Justin will believe Bonnie's fall wasn't an accident and will encourage Jada to apprehend the person who set up his wife's trap. Justin is obviously correct because Bonnie's enigmatic stalker will cross out her face in a picture elsewhere. According to John, who was in their bedroom in the Evans Black townhouse alone with Marlena, Brady was looking for the orchid with the assistance of a few black patchworkers. Is there any thought that maybe Kristen is lying about the orchid being stolen? Marlena pondered. You know, Doc, as a general rule, I don't put anything past Kristen, but I think she's on the level this time, John replied. Marlena suggested seeing the suspect after John conjectured that the maniac who put this whole thing in motion was the owner of the orchid. While Stephanie was at the Kyriakis estate with Alex, Chad kept making phone calls from the hospital. This guy is relentless. As he waited for Stephanie to finish getting ready, Alex complained. Alex said, "Sorry, buddy, not tonight," and then shut off Stephanie's cell phone. In order to relieve Roman of that responsibility, Rex offered to disseminate the word about Kate's passing. Roman lamented, "I wish I hadn't wasted so much time wanting you from afar, when he was by himself with Kate's dead body." Roman sighed and went on, "I am so sorry that I waited so long to tell you how I felt, and I sincerely apologize for not being able to keep you safe from Kristen and Orpheus." Roman said, "I hope they just suffer in hell forever for what they did to you," and then he started crying. At Kayla's request, Steve hurried off to see how Kate and Roman were doing, but he ran into Rex and Chad en route and heard them talking about the recent tragedy. After giving Rex a hug and saying some consoling words, Steve turned to Chad and did it again. Steve was unhappy to hear that Chad had not been able to contact Stephanie as of yet. "I need her here," Steve emphasized. "As promised, I'll go find her," Chad said. "Do you even know where she is?" Steve pondered. After replying, "I think I have an idea, yeah, so don't worry, I'll get her here," Chad hurried to the bistro and became alarmed when he realized it was closed. Steve continued the drive to Kate's room and gave Roman a reassuring embrace. "Kate and I had our differences, but I know one thing we had in common was our love and respect for you, and I know how good you two were for each other, and I know how happy she made you," Steve reassured Roman. Roman said, "I hope I made her happy, too," and then he left the room with Steve. After escorting Roman to Kayla's room, Steve went to a waiting area to attempt to get in touch with Joey and Tripp. Kayla worried, "Losing Kate, I know how much you loved her, she made it easy," declared Roman. "Not always," Kayla countered, managing to get Roman to laugh and acknowledge the point. Roman emphasized, "You're gonna beat this, Kay. I just lost my wife, and I'll be damned if I lose my baby sister, too." Kayla cooperated, although she appeared to be quite dubious. Orpheus was reading The Art of War at a table close to the payphone when Lucas walked into one of Statesville's lounges. Orpheus pleaded, "Don't leave on my account," as Lucas was leaving the lounge. "Was that your lovely mother I saw here earlier?" When Lucas came back, Orpheus went on. Orpheus said, "Kate was sure looking well," to which Lucas scoffed. Lucas reminded Orpheus, "No thanks to you," and he pretended not to be aware. The innocent deed of Orpheus was not accepted by Lucas. "You better be glad they found that serum in time to save my mom and her friends," Lucas said. "And what was the drunken black sheep of the Horton family gonna do if they hadn't peed on my shoes like the pathetic wino you are?" Orpheus retorted. "Screw you!" Lucas shouted, attracting a guard's attention. Orpheus winked at the guard and reassured him, "Calm down, I'm just having a little fun with Bill Horton's bastard." John came into the lounge at that moment and stopped Lucas from lunging at Orpheus. "What are you doing here?" Lucas pondered. "Isn't it clear?" He visited his former son-in-law, the alcoholic who abducted his stepdaughter. Orpheus interrupted, "You know, John, I understand that you're vying for sainthood, but I have to imagine the man upstairs would give you a break if you allowed the village idiot to rot in here." John explained, "Milo, I'm not here for Lucas, I'm here for you." When John went into further detail, Lucas hurried to the payphone, and Orpheus said he was hearing the information for the first time. "I guess Christmas came late around here, because you, John Black, are definitely the bearer of good tidings." While Lucas was on the phone with Rex, Orpheus railed, "I'm gonna kill you, just like you killed my mother." Lucas ended the call and spat at Orpheus. After offering Lucas his regrets and recommending him to avoid Orpheus going forward, John stepped in once more and hurried away. After following John out of the lounge, Orpheus came back a little later and made an effort to make amends with Lucas for the earlier incident. "All right, save it. I don't require your pity." Lucas yelled, "I know everything about you, I know what a monster you truly are." "Would a monster bring you this?" Orpheus protested, then produced a whiskey bottle. "I am all too familiar with the anguish of losing a loved one. I really hoped this would help ease the tension." Orpheus explained, "Think of it, a bereavement gift," and then he left the whiskey bottle behind and left the room once more. While they waited for John to get back from Statesville, Eric gave Marlena some soup from the Brady pub. "You took Kristen's daughter, and we all know how volatile she can be when she's provoked. I'm wondering if you've thought about that," Marlena said to Eric. Marlena nodded and cautioned against playing with fire going forward. "I should have, especially since you have more experience dealing with psychopaths than anyone in this town," Eric said.